paying for our sins.
Speak your truth and be heard on the Eagles Morning Rise, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. Eagles 102.3 FM, your radio experience you can count on.
All right, it's another time to go conversational. I always say that because I love conversations, and not just conversations with any other person, but conversations with you, because you are priceless and we don't take you for granted. It is 5 minutes gone past the hour of 9 on the AM side, and it is time for us to go political and also talk current affairs. My name is Udwak Daniel, just to also refresh our minds into what the discourse is going to be today. We'll be looking at International Women's Day, the IWD. I mean, it happened, was commemorated on the 8th of March 2026. So every 8th March of every year, we have the International Women's Day, right? It's a time for us to celebrate women and also looking at their challenges and also looking at the intrigues. I mean, women come with a lot of intrigues, and it also shapes the society, shapes our world in ways beyond our own understanding. And that's the beautiful thing about it. It is said that if you educate a woman, you educate a nation. That's what it is. And that's fact, right? Now, International Women's Day was on March 8th of 2026, and the theme was rights, justice, action for all women and girls. So on 8 March 2026, rally with women and girls around the world to demand equal rights and equal justice to enforce, exercise, and enjoy those rights. Now, did you also know that women have only 64% of the legal rights that men hold worldwide? Did you know? Did you also know that if progress continues at its current pace, it will take 286 years to close legal protection gaps? Finally, did you also know that in many countries the law allows for early and child marriage, which erodes the full potential of about 12 million girls annually? Did you know that? Now, it is really crazy, because nowadays no nation has closed the legal gaps between women and men and women. And right now, women have only 64% of that legal rights that men hold worldwide. And in fundamental areas of life, including work, money, including safety, even family, including property, including mobility, including business and retirement, the law systemically disadvantages women. Now, I also saw a story somewhere where a female was said she says that after her husband's demise, the family of the husband came to her and said, "You are not bearing a name anymore. Don't bear a name. Remove his name from your surname." I mean, how unthinkable is that? For one reason or the other, these things keep going on, and it keeps affecting our women. And it doesn't seem as though nobody's talking about it. It doesn't seem as though we're paying so much attention to it, even as crucial and critical as this may be. Hence, we will be looking into a conversation that borders around and about the International Women's Day empowerment, or is it performative activism? When I hear governments of all tribe, of all nation, come together and say, "Oh, okay, you know what? We have not done enough. We will do so much now for women. It's International Women's Day. We will see how we can indeed allow for representation of women within the polity, in politics, in our social life, even in religion, in our culture, in the tradition and all of that. The disbarment of women from enjoying certain rights that is accrued to them should be stopped. Oh, we hear rhetorics every now and then, right? Even we saw on the front page of Nigerian newspapers, even this morning, we've also seen something similar to that. The president's wife has also been championing something that has to do with women. I'm talking about Mrs. Oluremi Tinubu, right? She has also been at the forefront of ensuring that women do not lose their place in a grand system of things. And there has been some women who have indeed done great things in this nation. Some of the remarkable changes that has come to Nigeria has also come from women. Remember the Aba women riot? Oh yeah, women stood their grounds. They stood their ground and said enough is enough. In fact, I can tell you that some are touting already that the reason certain activism, certain protests has not yielded fruit is because the women have not stood their grounds yet. When they come out, they don't come out as just women, they come out as mothers. Now, this is not me encouraging. I'm just saying. I'm echoing a thought. So today, we will be looking at it. When we talk about International Women's Day, are we looking at really empowering women, or is it just a performative activism? Let's just be seen and heard that we spoke about it. So just to also put it out there, yet tomorrow will be International Day of Women Judges. So you keep that at the back of your mind too as well. And the theme also centers around and about achieving justice, needing more women in justice. But tomorrow we will look into that. Let's deal with the belated IWD, which still holds credence and importance even today and beyond. So the International Women's Day is celebrated globally, and we already know the date, March 8th. It has a theme that is focusing on gender equality and women's empowerment. So this year, the United Nations theme for IWD is rights, number 1, justice, number 2, action for all women and girls. While some organizations use give to gain, right? This is sparking a debate already about performative activism. So the choice of theme is crucial as it sets the tone for discussions on women's empowerment and can either promote or hinder progress. Now, I should take you back in time. Recall that Nigeria ranked 124th out of 148 countries on the World Economic Forum's Global Gender Gap Index in 2025, with women holding only 4.3% of legislative seats. Now, when we say 4.3, we're saying 4.3 over 100. So you have an understanding of it. That's not 43%, 4.3%. So the country's progress in women's empowerment is very slow. With issues like gender-based violence and unequal representation persisting and all of that. I mean, for instance, I take you to 2023, where Nigeria's Demographic and Health Survey reported that 31% of women aged between 15 to 49 have experienced physical violence. Let me give you an example to help you understand what I'm saying, basically. Imagine a school where girls are not allowed to participate in sports or leadership roles. Just imagine that. Now, this would hinder their development and reinforce stereotypes, what we have been fighting against. Similarly, when women are excluded from decision-making positions, it is perpetuating inequality. Now, our guest is none other but Dr. Olajumoke Ogunmola, MBBS, FWACS, CS, and she's a consultant, obstetrician, and gynecologist, founder, Empower Her Health Initiative. And she's going to be adding a voice loudly and clearly in the discourse this morning as we go conversational. She will help us understand how much we have done from time past up until today. How much have we been able to do? How much grounds have we been able to secure from past times into today in view of women empowerment, in view of allowing women to be seen and heard, in view of giving opportunities to women in our society, in view of helping them stabilize, helping them grow, develop, and add or give back to the society and the country at large. Now, she is also she is one who has dedicated to advancing women's health and leadership in Nigeria, and extensive experience including roles in the ARD, the FCTA, the NMA, the FCTN, as acting head of obstetrics and gynecology. So through Empower Her, she educates young girls even on menstrual health and body positivity, a champion of women's rights. Dr. Olajumoke is embodying that spirit of International Women's Day, and so there's no gainsaying the need to connect with her, even on short notice, to have this discourse, this all-important conversation. A very good morning to you and welcome to you, Dr. Olajumoke Ogunmola.
Good morning. Yeah. Thank you so much for having me.
Awesome. It feels good to really have you, and we just want to say thank you again for taking out your time, even in the midst of the short, notice, and yet you are still with us to engage this conversation. Doctor, let me start the conversation by asking you directly, maybe something off the book. How have you seen, if you were to assess the inclusivity of women in Nigeria and the world at large, from times past, from your experience in community work, up until now, where there's been a lot of people, a lot of organizations, a lot of voices talking about women empowerment? Would you say that women have indeed experienced inclusivity in the society? Have their voice been heard and their presence felt?
Thank you so much for the question. Yeah. I personally think that we are getting there. We won't say that we are already experiencing inclusivity.
Okay.
But we have started.
Okay.
Gone are those days whereby we conduct elections, we see board of directors, and there won't be any females. But right now, at least, you will see one or two trickles here and there. I think we're getting there, but I also think we need to do more in terms of creating more awareness and actually implementing those policies.
Okay.
Not just face value or just talk, but we should also implement those policies.
Awesome. All right. Well, you've hit the nail on its head. You've touched on several aspects. And the family member who's listening right now, who would indeed want to add their voices in the discourse when the time, allows for it, would want to ask again to saying that 4.3% of women are found in politics in Nigeria. Is that a good pass? Is that a pass? Because when you say that we are getting there, it means that we must have been at a 0 point something percent before, for us to gain 4.3% now, and we are is progress enough? Because Nigerians and family members are very concerned, especially understanding that we have the likes some high-ranking women within the polity in this country, at which the president's wife, Mrs. Oluremi Tinubu, is also one of prominence. She's a senator. So it is expected that when we have people like that in some of these positions, that we should have an influx, or we should have an affecting of the policies that would allow for women to have some level of inclusivity. But I don't want to take us back in time. I mean, you've added your voice in that regard. But let me paint you a picture. A company posts about women's empowerment on social media, but has no policies to support women in the workplace. Now, I'd like to ask you, do you think organizations are organizations prioritizing empowerment or just appearances?
That's a very good question. I'll start by saying some organizations, but a few of them actually are doing the talk. They are not just talking, but they are also doing it. But some organizations are not really backing up women, trying to empower them. Take, for instance, maternity leave. We know that in the lifespan of a woman, you have to pause and play in terms of your family roles, personal roles. You just give birth, you can't be at work and all that. A lot of companies still now are not really supporting women. So I can't say some of them are just saying, but they are not. Take, for instance, my own organization or my own place of work. We have a crèche for a nursing mother. So that even after resuming a maternity leave, it's civil servants, it's six months. And that is that's good, at least for a starter. But if you compare some organizations, just 2 months. So, and that wouldn't even start bonding between mother and child. So they need to have more time with their children. Like my organization is 6 months. I have crèche in our hospital.
But doctor, you're coming from a place of awareness. What about the excuse of we are not aware, we don't know?
That is very hard for me to believe because it's all over. Of course, the federal government approved 6 months, but we can't force that for private organizations. But we want to encourage them if they can push it further from 8 weeks to, maybe 4 months, 6 months, or you agree there might be, payment cards or something, but we push your maternity leave further.
All right. All right.
That's my advice.
All right. Now, there is this narrative that women's empowerment is a collective responsibility. Do you agree with that?
Absolutely.
Because I can paint you an example, Dr. Olajumoke. This community comes together to support women's cooperative, and they are providing economic opportunities and promoting equality. Now, what role can men play in promoting gender equality?
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
For economic power, take for instance, you see a woman trying to start up a business. I think it should be a delight of the man to actually support. How can I help? How can I help you access loans if it's a large, organization you're starting? How can I support? It goes a long way. Not that you leave them at, trying to figure out their way. If you see a woman trying to do something as a man, it's going to be a laudable act to encourage her, grant her access in terms of opportunity, things she will need, and support. And maybe you are a co-worker. She wants to step out to do something, or, oh, go, I'll cover for you. It goes a long way.
But doctor, have you also thought have you thought about it at the place of abuse?
Yes,
because
I just didn't want to touch on that.
Yeah.
Since you brought it up.
Yeah.
They will say that you have to use what you have to get what you want. I think we should disabuse our minds from that. Every time you give, you gain it back. Like our International Women's Day. It's like a seed you sow. If she comes to you for help and you're asking her to use her body to get it from you, what goes around comes around. It's a seed you're sowing. One day, you might not directly need her help. It might be your child that will need her help. What do you expect her to do? How do you want to navigate that kind of difficult situation? I think our men should move beyond that. There are many women that can give their body for free, but not that when somebody is vulnerable, you use that as an opportunity to oppress her. No. I think we should disabuse our mind, and we should live above that kind of mentality and do better.
Now there is this notion too that I can tell you some men have, and that would be the notion of the moment you help her now, she will abuse it. Do you understand the abuse? I'm coming from the second one now. Oh, she will abuse it.
I didn't get that.
The moment you want to help her, the moment you show you want to assist, the moment you want to go all out for her, she begins to abuse it. It's his work now. That is a man. He should do it. Because there's also this notion that is also spreading, that there is this entitlement that some females carry along with themselves. That because I'm a woman means I should always be helped. And even if I'm I'm in the wrong, okay, just overlook it because I'm a woman. So abuse of such privileges, don't you think is also something that women should also look into and talk amongst yourselves? Because I'm just saying, this is what the society is saying. I'm bringing it to you. You're a professional.
All right. Thank you very much for that. Yeah. I understand that part. And also, I know that can happen, but also sometimes, that women are often misunderstood.
Oh, okay.
A lot of times. In terms of, if you're very assertive, they said you are bossy. But if it's a man that is being assertive, they say he's a man. There are some things you will say. If it's coming from a man, they won't see it as anything. But if it's coming from a woman, they'll see it as something offensive. We're still trying to navigate culture and, align women be as women. So I am not as people might feel entitled, but a lot of women that are upward mobile, that are very progressive, they are not entitled. They want to actually work for what they get. So, of course, we'll see some few people that are entitled, but I think majority of the women that are actually upward mobile are not entitled.
So let me ask you, Doctor.
So you can help them.
Yeah, let me ask you this just before we go. Open the phone lines, hear from family members what they think, about this IWD, which of course is belated, by the way, but very, very essential up until today. Now, this is my concern. Yeah, the concern will come from the place of: do you think that the tide of the world can change economically, politically, in every other sphere of life if women were given equal representation in the polity, in the society, in terms of religion, culture, tradition? What type of world are we looking at?
A better place.
A better place?
A better place. Yes.
Why do you say that?
I am 100%. Okay, so I believe women have an array of unique strengths that men don't have. And also men have their own unique strength. If we, collaborate and bring this strength and make it a power force to build our nation, to build our communities, to build our families, not trying to oppress each other, I think we'll have a better place. Don't you think?
Okay. So there are some array that women have that men don't have. And there are some array that men have that women have or don't have. So you're saying that there should be a collage. That if we had a collage of these, that we will become more fruitful, more productive, and more vibrant.
Yes.
So let's bring it down to Nigeria. Should Nigeria have at least, let's even say 40% of women representation? What would have happened? What could happen?
Okay, yeah, 40%. A lot of times, some of the things that I want to say is that we are very resilient people as a woman.
We're very what?
We can resilient people.
Resilient. Okay. Go ahead.
And also.
Oh, come on. What just happened now? We just lost connection with the doctor right there, trying to tell us if we can achieve 40% of women representation in every sphere of the society in Nigeria. How would we better Nigeria and Nigerians, in conversations like this? But you two want to add your voice loudly and clearly. I mean, you've got some concerns, you've got some questions. Maybe there is a myth or that you want to denounce or you want to clarify on. You can as well call the studio number right now, and please stick to this number, this particular number that as I give to you now, and that will be 0907 353 0044, right? 0907 353 0044. Or better still, get across social media platforms right there. Leave a comment in the comment section on Facebook, Eagles FM Abuja. On YouTube, Eagles TV Abuja. Subscribe, please, to that station on YouTube, that channel, I beg your pardon. And listening in via the website, www.eaglesfm.com, right? And you can be a part of the discourse. Remember that the WhatsApp is also open for you. Please don't send a voice note. Just send a WhatsApp message. Let me know how you feel about the 4.3% representation of women within the polity of Nigeria, as well as looking at the fact that only, is it 64% of the legal rights that men have worldwide is what the women also hold right there. Is it appalling? Is it helpful? I don't know. You tell me. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, UD.
Good morning to you, Turkenby.
The voice of the one crying in the wilderness.
Awesome. Welcome. Talk to us.
I want to wish all our wonderful women, our amazing women, happy International Women's Day.
Right.
Which was done yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I want to quickly say, react to your question you asked your guest before the line was yanked up.
Yes.
If women could actually have 50% representation,
mm-hmm.
if it could be given to them, you see, these things are not given, these things are taken. And women have the capacity, women have the number, women are democratically, down with the numbers that is required for them to take these things. So these things are not given. So women must not wait for it to be given to them. They can take it because they have the numbers. See, let me tell you, in every place that you go, in the market, everywhere, women have more population. So it's left for women to come together and take it because it cannot be given to them just like that, you did. So I am calling on all women to come together. And with that number, they can do it.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate Turkenby right there telling us that the women have got to take it. I mean, because power is not given, it's taken. So you take it. You take it, but you come together in unity. Maybe you go through the right channels, but you've got to take it. You've got to show that you want it. You've got to show that you deserve it, right? But anyways, Doctor, welcome back, though. Are you there? Just a little bit of a glitch right there. And I remember asking you, 40% of women, given the chance within the Nigerian space, how would it better Nigerians? And a family member, Turkin B, just called in and said, in fact, if we were to give 50%, we will see a lot of changes. But then there is an obstruction, something holding the women back. It says, you don't just sit back, fold your arms, and think that this will be given to you. You take it. You go out there and take it. Now, I don't know. I'm trying to understand that, Doctor. If women were to go out there and say, we want to take it, there might be some perception that the society will have. I may be wrong, but you tell me, what do you think? First, do you think that women should indeed come together and say, hey, we need this, we deserve this, we must take it, we must have it? Or do you also think that society will fight back and say, don't do that, don't do that?
Oh, yeah, definitely, most definitely. I understand what our caller was trying to say. Like, in politics, you take it. But let me bring a context to it. We're not saying we want to overthrow the government. We're saying we have to pull our weight. It's not like they're going to hand it over to us on platter of gold or to just take it. I mean, just have it. You have to show yourself that you are ready for this game. You have to show yourself that you are worthy of it, and you put in the work. That's what I see as taking it. You put in the work. Women coming together, go all out. We are voting for this one, and we have one voice. We are going for it. They are meeting at night. We are there. Our faces are everywhere. We just want to push, encourage each other, support, and say we are going to put in the work and taking what we are saying. We are not saying we want to overthrow the government. No, that's not what we're saying. And of course, they will fight back. And so we too know that, we are ready for this. This is how to fight back. And also, definitely, we can't even take it without the support of men. So we are also encouraging them to support.
Well, what Turkin is saying that you've got the numbers. You've got the numbers. If we're to look at the numbers from the number part,
Okay, so yes, but by going by the 2024 sense or statistics of the Nigerian population, men still outnumber us. We are the population of women is 49%, while men is at 50 point something percent. So the ratio is still men to women is still 1 point something to 1 point something. So we are not equal, or we don't outnumber men, except the values are lying. But we still, I understand, we can still do something, even with that number.
All right, well, if we're looking at Nigeria, in 2026 of about 240.9 million, of course, it's got men to be 121.9 million, that is 50.6%, and women 118.95 million women, that's 49.4 percent right there. So the conversation is still on. You want to add your voice, you want to put that call through. You are a woman right there, and you feel as though you have been laid back, or you have been shortchanged, or you've not been given that opportunity, and you also believe that there is some sort of answers that you can prefer, suggestions that you can give to the government right now as to what they can do, how they can go about ensuring that the woman is seen and she is heard. You can as well put that call through via 0907 353 0044. Giving you that number again, 0907 353 0044. The other number would be the WhatsApp portal number. Just leave a message in the WhatsApp message. Type it out, and that will be 0909-705-4450. Still having a conversation with a doctor now, our guest in the person of Dr. Olajumoke Ogumola. She is MBBS, FWACS, and she is, of course, a consultant obstetrician and gynecologist, founder, Empower Her Health Initiative, right? And she has done the most and a lot in FCTA, ARD, NMA FCT, and as well as acting head of obstetrics and gynecology. And she's speaking very loudly and proudly about how women can have that inclusivity, women can have that voice, women can be seen in our society today. But doctor, let me come to the place of there is this notion. It will be about the fact that, okay, before I give that myth, let's just get to this very one about what economic implications of gender, or what are the economic implications of gender inequality. I mean, talking about some men who tell you that, I don't want my wife to work, and, don't go out, don't work, just be in the house, be the housewife and all of that. A woman says, I want to get into business, and no, I don't want you to be seen like she wants to start a small business and all of that. She wants to contribute to the economy. She wants to contribute to the family and all of that. Now, is it wrong? Is it terrible? Is it a terrible idea when men say, I want my wife to stay put? And if it is a bad idea, what are the unforeseen circumstances that makes that idea or that decision a bad one?
Okay, thank you very much. It depends on the dynamics of your home.
Okay.
It depends on the dynamics of your home. What do you want? What vision do you have for your home? Both of us, the kind of vision I have for my children or my family is that I want stability. This is what I see. I want my woman to be whatever. But what we are saying when we say empower your woman is that we are endowed with enormous strength to be able to do a lot of things. If you say at this early, the family, sit down, stay with the children at the formative years, even at that, still empower her. What do I mean? Let her have her own money. Let her have her voice. Let her be able to say, make some decisions in the house. She can be in the house, establish business that can be running for her, and then the money comes to her. I'm a doctor, and I deal with women. That's what I do. I see women. And I see a lot of women that are relegated. They decided to support your own vision, and you made their own life miserable. They come to the hospital. They can't even pay as little as 2,000 naira to do scans because they said, my husband did not give me money. How can you treat another human being like that? Don't say, what if he doesn't have? That is not so. Why you should empower her? So that when you don't have, she can support you with her own money. But if you say, I'll be giving you a penny, you tell me everything that you need. If you want to buy pants, you're actually hurting yourself, hurting your family, hurting your children. Because you won't always be around. There will be things that, emergency that she should be able to come up with. I have money, I can do this, I can do that. She can be at home. But people will be in the shop.
But doctor, some would very quickly negate that, stance, because they would say to you, doctor, that when a woman makes money, she doesn't think about supporting you. She's thinking about creating a brand. We're talking about the modern day women now, and from past antecedent. What do you say about that? Because you talk about supporting you, supporting the man. Is that really what the modern day woman does when she makes money? Does she support her man, or does she say, it's my money, I've got to think about my business? Do you understand where I'm coming from?
I get.
Yeah.
The truth is, a lot of things are happening in the world. Just like you hear news about things that be like, this is not true. And it's not true for everybody. See, there will always be a bad egg in a crate, or don't let me say always. You get what I'm trying to say. There will always be some outliers. But majority, a woman is a woman. See, we are wired differently. We are compassionate. We love When we love for real. Except you are not marrying, except you marry wrong. Do you understand?
Right.
If you marry a woman, we can't see something spoiling and fold their hands. And that's what I speak on empowerment. When you empower a woman, she's happy. She wants to do more for you. Women are the people, the species that keeps giving every time. We give our body to nurture a growing fetus. We can't allow that child to die. Do you understand what I'm trying to? Except the one that is an outlier that wants to do the extreme.
Yeah.
For a modern day woman, we have discussions, we have meetings. Every woman wants the success of our partner, of our family. I mean, generally. So I can't deny the fact that there are some outliers, but majority, if you empower her, you are really empowering yourself.
Okay.
Let's that is the dynasty.
Yeah, let me give you a comparative analysis now. Let's take you to Rwanda, where 61.3% of women empower in parliament. I mean, South Africa has 48.4%, and they have made significant strides in women's representation. I mean, in contrast, Nigeria, progress is pretty slow. And it's highlighting the need for effective policies and genuine commitment, which some are saying it's not about the commitment or the policies. I mean, in fact, from your introduction speech, you also mentioned the fact that we have some women who have also made a mark. And I can tell you, I can name one or two. But I can also name one or two who have also been in the wrong. But that notwithstanding, many Nigerians believe that the women in politics today who are at the place of being able to affect policies are not doing enough in terms of allowing or stating making their submissions heard, felt, and known as to the inclusivity of women. So would you say that women out there are indeed at the helm of affairs, of power, like even the First Lady? We've seen the one from Kogi State now, right? The senator. We've seen quite a number. They are there. So why are we still having a slow pace of inclusivity for women when we have big names like that? And yet, why can't we learn from Rwanda and South Africa? I mean, Rwanda has 61.3. And I don't, there's no gainsaying telling you how Rwanda is fast growing now. Indeed, Rwanda is fast growing now. From a war-torn country, it's picking up as fast as it could. South Africa, on the other hand, has got 48.4%. So what recommendations do you also think that you can give the government right now, should the president be listening, which we believe he is, of course, through his senior special assistants and all of that? What would you want to advise and recommend on how to navigate this?
About currently we have about 5% in the 10th National Assembly.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And that is so small. That is so small. It seems like you're not doing enough. When you have just 4 senatorial seats out of 109, I mean, that's, it's like he's very small, let me just say, for lack of better words. But I would like to recommend that we give women more opportunities, more chances for them to come into these public spaces and put in their own quota, put in their own strength, and let's collaborate. You might say, like you mentioned earlier, we've seen some people doing well, we see some people in the wrong. Yeah, and that's how life is. Men too, there are men that are in the good part, there are men. Did we stop men from, going into those seats? No. So we should also, if we can give that opportunity to men, and that's what we are saying, it's either. For the fact that some people did wrong doesn't mean all of us are bad. If you're a man in a place of power and you know that, this man can do this, you have a good sense of recognizing good qualities in people, good potential, don't you put that woman forward? We have a lot of women that will do us proud.
Okay.
We know that.
Okay, we
but the fact we still did wrong doesn't mean we should not delegate all of it.
Now we got a family member who just sent in a message now. Says my name is Udokama. Udokama right there is I think messaging from Utako now. He says good morning, and to the guest, good morning. Talking about women in power or equal right, I want to know, it will not be good because of the emotional behavior in women. I, as a person, I like helping women, but at last, I will always see myself regretting because of the way they feel entitled over everything you do for them. And he says, look at Nigerian women that they've been taken to Europe, and see the way they treat the person that took them there in the first place. After they have acquired citizenship through the same person, you understand that women are something else. All right, that's what Udokama is saying right there. Doctor, how do you respond to that? Finally.
Okay, thank you. So the narrative out there, we also have heard men that they took to Europe that did the same thing. See, life is about growth. You also have to learn how to adapt into a place where you are. When you bring in the Europe story, we hear a part of the story, we don't hear the full context of the story. Let us make judgments or categorize everybody because one person did this. The same narrative men has come is also out there. Will you now say that all men have come? No. So, for the fact that one person did something should not change your mentality about everybody.
Okay.
Please, I want us to always give ourselves space.
Okay.
People make mistakes, and we can do that. We and move forward.
All right, Doctor, thank you for your time. I mean, it's been a very, very an eye-opening conversation with you, though. And you are Dr. Olajumoke Ogumola. You are a consultant obstetrician and gynecologist, founder Empower Her Health Initiative. Thank you for adding your voice in the discourse this time, and we hope that this same time next year we should have had more representation of women in our society, not just in politics. Have a great day, Doctor.
Thank you.
Yes, awesome.